is the faith of Prophet Ibrahim, who yielded to the voice of Allah to sacrifice his child and only son to him, despite long years of childlessness with his wife Hajar.
According to records, Ismail was about to be slaughtered by his grief-stricken but promise-fulfilling father before a message of salvation came from above to halt that attempt. Allah replaced his sorrow with happiness as one big ram was provided to die in Ismail's stead. Now the festival is celebrated with Eid prayers and the slaughtering of rams amidst the spirit of gratitude to God and kindness to others, especially the less privileged. In Abuja, the Deputy Imam of the National Mosque, Malam Ibrahim Bakari, wants Nigerians to imbibe the tenets of love, faith, obedience, prayer, sacrifice, and even submission to the will of God, with a reminder that the Eid-El-Kabir festival is an occasion for displaying such virtues. Speaking shortly after leading the Eid prayers in Abuja, Malam Bakari advised Muslims and non-Muslims alike to use the occasion to renew their faith in God.
One after the other, Muslim faithful converge on the Eid prayer ground in Abuja for prayers. Security operatives were also in attendance to ensure a secure and safe environment. The Deputy Imam led the prayers with the Vice President and other top government functionaries in attendance. With the prayers over and the slaughtering of a ram, the Deputy Imam advised Nigerians to pray for the peace and security of the country.
If we magnify Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala deeply from our hearts, that will be best to the humankind, and we should respect all humankind, and inshallah there would be no more problem among humankind. I hope Nigerians be able to tolerate and embrace one another, and that they should also know that hate cannot drive out hate, only love can do that.
Some Muslim faithful, however, expressed optimism that the cash crunch being faced by some of them will soon be a thing of the past.
Few Muslims have an opportunity to travel to their various hometown, and most people in Abuja did not travel because this year's Salah is just a pity to a lot of Muslim Ummah. So we pray Allah should bring simple life, peace and stability for the next coming Salah.
Only message that I can say is for people to observe the significance of this Salah, because it is all about sacrifice, which was done since during the Prophet Abraham. So it's good, the spirit of that sacrifice, we should emulate it and exercise it in all our daily activities. Sacrifice and be patient and tolerant with one another, and be peaceful so that we can have a peaceful, developed nation.
The Eid celebration may have come and gone, but the message of sacrifice and prayer by the Deputy Imam may just be the tonic needed for a turnaround of the nation's fortunes.
The Vice President, Namadi Sambo, has led Muslims in the Federal Capital Territory on a Salah homage to the President. President Goodluck Jonathan used the occasion to tell of his sincerity in setting up a committee on national dialogue that the result of the national dialogue, when constituted, will be passed on to the National Assembly for inclusion into the Constitution. President Jonathan also pledged his commitment to the unity of the country, promising to leave a legacy that the future generation will cherish at all times. Our State House correspondent Chukuma Onekusi completes the story.
Its residence has been very busy as Muslim faithfuls came to pay the usual Salah homage. They were led by the Vice President, Architect Namadi Sambo.
Also in the residence were clerics drawn from both Islamic and Christian sects, including John Cardinal Onayeko. In his Salah message, President Jonathan is grateful to Allah for the opportunity to celebrate in the midst of daunting challenges.
We thank God for this, that in spite of the challenges as a nation we are facing, today we are celebrating the Salah. Barakah the Salah.
The need for Nigerians to talk remains in his mind as he tried to disabuse the minds of those who are still in doubt over his sincerity in the move to convoke a national dialogue or conference.
Because sometimes when you listen to the radios, and especially you read the papers, and you see sometimes even our elders are supposed to give us leadership, quarreling over nothing, sometimes even insulting themselves, and even making provocative statements that will instigate one group against the other. We felt that we cannot continue that way. The talking must have a direction. What has been happening over the pages of papers is a discussion that had no direction. Some people are still instigating others that, oh, president is doing this, the government doesn't have the capacity to do that. We are totally committed to do what is right. And this national dialogue is even critical, and is even coming at the right time, because the National Assembly is thinking about how they will amend Constitution and Senate. So the results of the discussions, of course, will be passed on to the National Assembly.
Vice President Namadi Sambo felicitates with the President on the celebration of 53 years of independence and the political stability in the country. He calls for continuous support.
I will also urge Nigerians to continue to pray and support Mr. President to deliver the transformation agenda that will transform this country into a country that is one of the most developed countries in the world.
As usual, they came with some tokens.
The president concluded by saying that the journey to nationhood calls for total commitment by everyone if the present-day leaders and Nigerians must bequeath something on posterity. Chukuma Onwekusi, Channels Television News.
Now, peace and unity also formed the crux of the Salah messages by former military leaders General Ibrahim Babangida and General Abdulsalami Abubakar, as well as the governor of Niger State, Dr. Muazu Aliyu. They were speaking after the traditional Eid prayers in Mina, the Niger State capital, where they called on all Nigerians to be their brothers' keepers. They also urged Muslims to maintain good relationship irrespective of tribe or religion and live a life of sacrifice for the overall development of the country.
To re-echo what the Chief Imam has said, I think it was very relevant and very apt. He talked about, he enjoined us to live in peace, to love one another, and to try to be law-abiding citizens. So I will re-echo what he said. This is my message to the people.
So what's your message to Nigerians?
Just to do exactly what the Imam has said. Be in peace with one another, maintain good neighborliness, and let everyone be his brother's keeper.
Well, first and foremost, I would like to wish all Nigerians happy Eid-El-Kabir, and this is a time to pay respect to the tenets of Islam, which call for peace. And I hope that each one of us will try to maintain peace as much as possible in this country, and then we'll be our brothers' keepers. I wish us well.
1, sacrifice. 2, positive contribution. 3, unity. And we need a united Nigeria in whatever circumstances that we can get. Thank you very much.
Some of the person I have is not asking governments from at this point.
Yeah.
What will you tell the Muslim
is that all of us must sacrifice, all of us must contribute positively for the development of our society and our people.
We'll take a break on News Track, and when we come back, we have more on the Eid-El-Kabir celebrations.
And when News Track returns, Muslim clerics call on the Nigerian government to ensure unbiased discussion at the national conference. Stay with us.
I'll be right there.
It might be a stomach infection. You'd better take him to a doctor.
He must have been eating roadside food.
No, Mom. The problem could also be here. Stomach infection could also be caused by germs on hands, and even a good soap may not be enough. With New Lifebuoy, he will be better protected. New Lifebuoy has Active 5, the power of 5 ingredients to give you 99.9% germ protection.
Oh no, not again.
No, I'm hungry.
New Lifebuoy.